Welcome to March. Hi, it's Martin, and here we are, third month of the year. Last month of the first quarter of 2024. The last month of the financial year. Whew. Right? March. Easter is knocking on the door. The Easter rabbit is getting ready. So look, I wanted to come in and check in. Check in with two types of people, okay? Those people that at the beginning of the year set an intention to be better, do better, to improve something, change something, overcome something, achieve something. And you know, the big area of support that I give is people having that balance between the work they do and family life. I'm passionate about that, having got it wrong so many years. So how do you make that big difference at work? How do you feel more in control and more confident and more calm at work and set those boundaries so that you can then have quality time with your family, with your children, with your partner? How do you do that? I'm passionate about that, but there might be other things that you're working on. But at the beginning of the year, you set that intention, you make that promise to yourself. You say, hey, this year's going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. So at this point in the year, here we are in March, the people that made that kind of intention, and by the way, if you didn't make that kind of intention or promise to yourself, then you can scroll on by. This is not for you. So catch me in another video that might be more appropriate. But if you did, you tend to sit in two camps at this part of the year. First camp, you've been taking action, consistent action, and you're getting that momentum. And by this point, you're really rocketing. You've got a routine in place. You've got the habits and you're getting the benefits from those actions that you're taking. That's one set of people. And then the second set of people they had all that heart, all that intention, all that promise, well-intended, okay, well-intended, but just haven't made the progress. And I do put in this camp, just to make sure, I don't want anybody saying, oh yeah, but that's not me, because I've done one or two things, right? Look, if you've taken one or two actions in the last 2 months or 2 and a bit months, and you didn't start this week, then we need to talk. This is for you, okay? So it's for everybody who's just not been able to make any progress. And I get it, okay? Life is busy, and when we want to make a change or an improvement or achieve something or overcome something that we haven't done before, our life is this kind of rich tapestry of things, and it can feel kind of messy, it can feel kind of complicated, and it can feel like we don't have the time or space or capacity to be able to figure out how to make the change, the improvement, overcome the thing or achieve the thing. And the more messy our life feels, the more I think we feel the solution to that needs to be this massive cosmic thing that's huge and complicated and is going to take up so much of our time and energy that we just do not have. And therefore we don't find that time and we don't do it. So there is no judgment on this, because I've been there, I was there for years, I've helped people who have been there for years. It's kind of what happens, right? As human beings, this happens. Right, a message for you too. So let's quickly do these two messages. So if you've been making progress, fantastic. I celebrate you. I am rooting for you. Congratulations. Well done. You've got past that icky stage, I like to call it, technical phrase, like weeks 5, 6, 7, when you're really at risk of maybe those new habits and those new routines. They're not quite embedded. They're almost there, but you can kind of get a little bit bored or distracted, and you kind of like back away, and that thing that you were doing 5 days a week suddenly goes down to 3, suddenly goes down to 2 and 1, and then maybe none. It's really tricky. But if at this point you're still making the progress, you're still taking the action, and this doesn't have to be massive action all the time, right? Most improvement and change and achieving things are made up of all the little incremental things that we do, which then lead us to a point where there's this big opportunity that leaps us forward, and then we go back to the small increments. It's the compound effect. So if you're there right now in March, go you. Amazing, right? You've got over that kind of hump, got over that icky bit, and here you are. And the beautiful thing about this is you will be seeing benefit, right? You're seeing progress. And it doesn't matter what this is. This could be with your fitness. If you've been doing this, I mean, people say, oh, you know, you've got to put the time in, and it's not overnight that you get any benefits. But if you've been doing this now for a couple of months, I guarantee that you are at least going to feel a little bit different. You're going to just feel a bit better, a little bit healthier. No matter what the scales say, because that's just one metrics. Or it could be something else about the balance. You said, hey, you know what? I'm going to leave work earlier. You know, I might not be able to do it every night, but 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week, I'm going to get home earlier, have tea with my family, have playtime with my children, and then read them a bedtime story. So again, you might have made that kind of commitment. By this time, you're seeing the benefits of whatever you've been doing. And the beautiful thing about this is not only have you got that deep, meaningful why that's been kind of driving you, because if you've been taking action, the chances are you've got a real big reason why, and that's what's driving you. You've got that. You've got clear about kind of where you want to get to. This is great. You've now got the beautiful momentum that the benefits give you. Because the more we then experience the benefit, the improvement, the more we want, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That was what I was aiming for. The more benefit, the more improvement we feel. It's like, this feels great. This is good. I'm getting rewarded for my energy and my time and my effort, and I want more of it. So it just increases that motivation. It's a brilliant point to be at. And if you're in March right now, no matter what it is, if you've been consistent with the action you've been taking, then you're going to be in that sort of place. So that is fantastic. So I am celebrating you, okay, at this point. Now, a couple of things to be aware of, okay? You've got the routine, you've got the habits, you've got the extra benefit of feeling the improvement. It's the same thing that I kind of said in February. It's possible, less likely now, but still possible, that you might just get a little bored with the routine, with the habit. I mean, it's there, you're getting the progress, it's kind of built in now, it's feeling like it's part of your day or your week, it's good. It is still possible, because we are human after all, that, hey, you just get a little bit bored. Now, it's really important that you're aware of it, and if there's any way that you can mix things up, approach it slightly differently, and that could be do it at a different time of day, it could be do it in a different environment, it could be reaching the decision or getting some support, getting other people involved, just to say, hey, I'm going to be leaving work, for example, you know, hold me to account. There are different things that you can do for the variety, to make sure that you're following through. So you can mix it up. It's a bit like exercise, right? In fact, if you keep just doing the same exercise, if you're not doing something different over time, then you just plateau. But you can actually still do the same exercise, but you could do it slower. Massive gains, massive growth, and massive focus when you just do the exercise slower, or you load the weight, or you do an extra rep, or you do an extra set, or indeed you can do a slightly different variation on the exercise, which again keeps it fresh. So I use exercise as an easy one one that we all kind of recognize. But it applies to anything. So have a look at that. If things do start getting a little bit, it's like, what can I do? How can I take control? Because just remember why you're doing it, and that you are getting the benefit, so you don't want to give up. So what can you do? And then the other thing, so you could get bored, or you could get distracted. And very often the distractions come because you're starting to get bored with the routine. Just be mindful of the shiny object syndrome. Okay, so you're making all this progress, and then somebody, oh, they're doing that, are they? And it's for the same reasons that I'm doing this. Oh, I might try that. The thing with that, you're then going to negate all the compound benefit you've had up to now, and then you're going to start brand new with this other thing over there that you don't know if it's going to work or not. But you've already been doing the thing that works. So just be really mindful of it. And if you do struggle, if this really starts becoming something that is like, Because bearing in mind, you have had Herculean discipline and commitment in order to get this far by yourself. And I say that because if you've already got somebody by your side, if you've got somebody who you're regularly meeting up that's able to keep you on track and all that kind of stuff, then you're not going to get bored. You're not going to get distracted, because part of why they're there is to help you avoid that, or indeed, if you slightly go off track, to get you back on track. But if this becomes a problem and you haven't got somebody by your side, I highly encourage you at this point to reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody with the lived experience that can help you. And the beautiful thing about this is it's slightly different to when you started. I mean, it could be the same person that could have helped you when you started, but their role is slightly different because you've already got momentum. You're already going. So if you get a coach or a mentor, for example, what their role is going to be is to kind of hold you to account, to keep you on track. Not necessarily do all that hard work at the beginning to get you started, because the most difficult part of any improvement, any change, any achievement, or overcoming anything is the start. Is to get the momentum in the first place. It's like, having a massive snowball and trying to push it, and it's like this thing won't budge, but you kind of just keep rocking it, keep at it, and then it starts just to rock a little bit, and then it starts to roll, and then you get the momentum, and then it's flying down the hill, and you're calling out to everybody, watch out, right? But the start is really, really tough. It's like the strongmen when they're pulling the plane or the massive truck. The most difficult part of that is getting started. Once they've got momentum, some of them look like they're running with a plane on their back. It's ridiculous. But if you've already been making the progress, the person that you can bring in, they're there to keep you on track. Now, can they come in and maybe help you refine things or go in a little deeper on things? Absolutely. Of course. Might there be a couple of new actions or steps that they know that can help you or fast track you? Obviously. But the main role is to keep you going, keep you on track, keep that momentum up, so you don't have to do it alone. So this is my message for everybody out there that made that commitment, made that promise to themselves, and went, hey, this year's going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. Whatever that improvement, change, the thing you want to overcome, or the achievement is that you want. So keep going. You're rock stars. Amazing. Like I said, Herculean discipline and effort to do anything like this by yourself. It really is. Now, a message now for everyone that's not been making progress, the progress that they would like. Maybe they've made a little bit of progress, but not what they would like, not consistent enough with the action, or maybe you just haven't started yet. Again, no judgment whatsoever. Been there. Most people are there, if they're being honest. So, March, really important month for you, okay? Because if you haven't been making the progress in January, if you haven't been making progress in February, and again, those sorts of reasons that we give ourselves, being polite, I don't have the time, I'm too busy, I haven't got the energy. Those are like three key things that we say, and there's lots of other stuff that we'll put around that to kind of bolster up that case. The thing with it is, if that's been true in January, if that's been true in February, what makes you believe that it's going to be any different in March, April, May, June, July, and beyond? Life doesn't tend to work like that, right? So if you've already been struggling with this, but you don't get any assistance, you're just going to struggle with it through March as well. And that's not me being a naysayer, because I think you rock. I think you're amazing. I think you can, and I believe that you can make whatever the change is, whatever the improvement is, overcome the thing you want to overcome, or achieve the thing you want to achieve. I believe you can do that. But I can tell you now, most people on this planet, without having done the survey, but most people on this planet, to do it by themselves is, I've already said it, Herculean. It is really tough, especially when we're trying to live and organize the rest of our life. So I give you permission to get a fast pass, right? A VIP pass in March to go to step 4 of the 7 steps to improve your life. If you remember the 7 steps, get honest, get clear, get passionate, get help, get planning, take action, get celebrating. I give you full permission to take this fast pass and go straight to step 4, get help. This is not because I don't believe you can do it. This is because I believe you can't do it by yourself, given all the circumstances and the environment and everything else going on in your head, which is a lot. And I get it because I've been there, and we all still go there, even if we know this stuff. But you need some support. You need somebody who you can talk this all through. Get the stuff out of your head. Make it make sense. Get clear. Get honest about where your starting point is. Get honest about what life is like. Instead of just trying to juggle everything, let's just have a conversation about how it is. Unpick that. Let's have a conversation about where you'd like to be. And then you've got the gap. So we've got the sat nav, we've got the starting point, we've got the destination. And then we can start figuring out, right, okay, so why is this really important to you? Step 3, right, get passionate. Then we can get planning, right, what's the actions? Not 97 actions that are going to overwhelm you, but what's the one thing that you can do right now to get you started? Because like I've just said, getting started is the most difficult part. So you need somebody who can push the snowball with you. You need somebody there pulling the truck and the plane with you to get started. This isn't some kind of massive long-term commitment or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you just need somebody there with the lived experience who knows what they're talking about, that's got the tools, got the time, got that experience that can help you, and they're willing to help you and share with you to get you started, and can map out the steps that you need to take, and to help keep you on track when it's difficult, when it's tough, especially at the beginning. We all know that change at the beginning, it's so easy to give up early on. But we want to get to the point where a lot of the people that have already been making progress since the beginning of the year have got to, where you're starting to already feel the benefits. You're already seeing the improvements. You're feeling the improvements. And that's motivating you to just keep going. It's a wonderful place to get to. But we got to get started if we ever want to feel anything like that. So accept the fast pass. Go and get help. Go and reach out. And like I've said, I've already said this about what I help people with. I do help people if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like you don't know where to turn, you don't quite know what to do, you don't know about that bigger purpose you're supposed to have, and you just feel like, you know what, I'm not living the life that I know that I could, but I don't even know what that life could look like. Or if it is about that balance between, that managerial role, that leadership role, that business owner role, and your family, and it's way out of kilter, it's way out of balance, I can tell you now, there are simple shifts in how you're looking at work, how you're looking at your workload, how you're looking at your time, that will make all the difference. And you can make progress. You can feel the benefit very quickly. It doesn't have to be this complicated solution to what might feel like quite a mess at the moment, and might feel like something that really needs to take a lot of time and energy. You might meet with me, for example, either once a week, an hour a week, or most of my clients is an hour a fortnight. Just 1 hour every 2 weeks to talk this stuff through, to review where we've got to get that next action in place, to get the benefit. Talk anything through that's going through your mind that's getting in the way, those blocks, those challenges, those beliefs, those stories that we tell ourselves. Just an hour every 2 weeks can make all the difference. So please do accept my offer of a fast pass, a VIP pass, to just go straight to step 4 of the 7 steps to improve your life, to get you started. And together we can then revisit, right, steps 1, get honest, then get clear, get passionate. And we can figure out what those steps, but we can do it pretty quickly. We could do it in one session, 1 hour. It's worth it. Because if this has been bugging you, if you're like, oh, I did say I wanted it to improve, I did want it to change, I was looking to achieve this thing, I still haven't done it, it's just going to eat away at you. You're going to feel guilty, you're going to beat yourself up, it's going to feel negative, then you're going to start telling yourself that you never follow through on anything, and why are things still the same as they were this time last year, and we don't want you to get to the Easter holidays, the summer holidays, the Christmas holidays, the end of the year, or this time next year in the same space. Having not made any improvements, having not knowing what the consistent things are that you can do, the simple consistent things you are that could change everything. And by the way, I know that things don't actually stay the same. So if you don't take any action, if this just rumbles on, from all my nearly 50 years lived experience, I say nearly, it's now actually 50 years experience, I know that especially if things feel a mess and you're just not feeling right, and maybe it's Sucksville, or maybe it's not quite Sucksville, right? If you see my other videos where I say about it's Finesville, and actually, if I'm honest, it sucks. We're in Sucksville. We need an action plan to get you out of there. But we need to make sure that you're taking the right action for the right reasons, at the right time, in the right way. And you can do that. But if you don't, and time just goes on, what I know to be true is it just gets worse. It gets worse for you. It gets worse with work. It gets worse with family. We can live in hope and wish and pray that things will get better. And man, did I do that for a long, long time. Just waiting for external things to happen that just might make it happen, when actually all the power was in my hands. And when I realized that, that's when the magic started happening. That's when the improvement started happening. That's when the change started happening. That's when I took my life to the next level. That's when I got the balance in my life. That's when I was able to really show up authentically as myself in the world and just live how I want to live with my family. I had to make that decision. I had to take that decision and be in control, but I didn't do it alone. I reached out, and that's when things started to happen. So I want that for you as well. I hope this has been helpful. Again, I'm just showing up passionately because the people that have been making progress, I want to recognize and acknowledge you. It's amazing. Couple of things to watch out for. Again, from lived experience and what you can do about that, which is actually the same. Get somebody on your side, but you're just at a different starting point. You want something slightly different from them. And if you haven't, man, do I know how that feels. Year in, year out, I know how that feels. So look, let's just nip this in the bud. It's not too late. It's March. March is your month. If it's me, come and have a conversation with me. Drop me a message. Let's get a call going. Let's see what's possible. And if it's not me, if it's going to be somebody else, fine. Just get somebody. Get somebody. But I can, like I said, especially if it's about that work and family situation and the balance you want between those two things, this is what I do, and it's what I'm passionate about. So I'd love to be that person for you. So just drop me a message. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Comment below. Let us know how you're going, if you're making progress. Let us know what's getting in your way if you're not. And together, let's make sure that this year is an amazing year for all the right reasons, and that we make some progress that we want to make that maybe we haven't made before, because we're just trying things a little bit differently. Thanks for joining. Until next time, keep remembering how extraordinary you are. Reach out. Keep smiling. Remember, it's an amazing world out there. It's a beautiful world. It's an incredible world. It's not all doom and gloom. And you've got this. Whatever change, improvement, the thing you want to overcome, or the thing you want to achieve, it is entirely possible. And we're right here to help you. Thanks so much.